Yesterday, I got jealous for the first time in a really long time, and it excited me. Now, I know what you're thinking, girl, why are you being excited to be jealous? Not a good feeling to have. I disagree. I lately have been subscribing to the idea that our emotions are indicators of what we want, what we don't want, our insecurities, what we need to work on, all of that stuff. And me experiencing jealousy yesterday was an indicator of something that I wanted that I feel like I had not admitted to myself yet. Today, we're talking about not demonizing our emotions so that they can be indicators of what we really want for ourselves. Hello, welcome. My name is Chelsea. Hi, happy you're here. If you are here, I assume that you are all about self development and becoming the best version of yourself, because this channel is about becoming more self aware, more aligned, and intentional with who you're becoming. So, if that is your vibe and you are trying to become a better version of yourself, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, let me know that you're here. Okay, jumping right in. Yesterday, I had seen a post on Instagram by somebody I had gone to university with, and their post was very well edited. I think it was a video that they posted on their Instagram, and the video was kind of about them chasing after their goals and kind of not allowing their circumstances to dictate where they're going and just really believing in themselves. What I think I really got from the video, though, was how confident they were about their ability to succeed and betting on themselves completely. And I found this very interesting because I looked at the video, and I'm not somebody that gets angry at people or doesn't feel like people should have things. When I say that I felt jealous, I was very happy for this person. I commented on the post. I was like, "Oh my gosh, love this for you." But then I felt a bit of a, I guess, tightness in my chest, and I was like, "Wait, what's going on here?" And I realized after doing a little journal session and thinking for a second that I'm feeling a bit of, I guess, intenseness in my chest just because I want that for myself as well. Not necessarily exactly how they had done it, but they had made a video. They were making content that I thought was really, really good. Speaking in the video, betting on themselves, which I feel like I'm a little bit scared to do. I'm obviously trying to make more content, but short form, I don't typically go on my pages and talk like I do here candidly on YouTube. That on top of them betting on themselves completely in terms of their career, just believing that they can get to where they want to get to, that is what I believe I was feeling a bit of envy towards or just desire for myself. And instead of feeling these emotions and demonizing them immediately, thinking that it's not something that I should be feeling in a sense, I reframed my mindset around that and instead paused and reflected on, okay, what is it that I'm feeling and why? And after doing my journaling, after reflecting, it just made me realize I need to step up my game with my content and with my talk show or whatever the heck I'm doing. If this is your first video that you're seeing from me, for context, I am producing and hosting a talk show independently and also doing this content thing, as you can see. And I feel like I'm taking it seriously, but I feel like I could take it a little bit more seriously where I'm treating it as a 9 to 5, as an actual job, as opposed to just like a side hobby that I'm doing. And to be honest with you, it felt really, really good to experience this emotion, allow it to pass through myself, and get something inspirational out of it, get something motivating out of it, learn a bit more about myself. Because for a while, I'm not gonna act like, I'm pretty self aware, I would like to think, and I do make an effort to journal and reflect about what I'm feeling and all of that stuff. So I'm not somebody that experiences those types of emotions per se very often because I think I, for the most part, know what I want in my life and try to go after it. This, however, caught me by surprise, and you know what? It just reminded me that sometimes we feel things and we like to push them down because they're considered bad emotions, but I think that's the wrong thing to do. Instead of beating yourself up about it, making yourself feel bad about feeling that emotion in the first place, take yourself out of it for a second and realize we're humans. We are supposed to experience a wide range of emotions, and all of these emotions are indicators of what we want for ourselves, where we want to go, maybe what we're not happy with within ourselves, maybe what we believe about ourselves. I'm currently reading The Untethered Soul, whereas I feel like I have the book here. Yes, I am currently reading I'm currently reading The Untethered Soul, and Michael Singer in it discusses the importance of not pushing your emotions away when these things come up. That could be anger, it could be jealousy, resentment, insecurity, embarrassment, like whatever the emotions are. Oftentimes I think we're conditioned and socialized to get rid of these emotions completely, or to try and push them down as much as we can when we do feel them, because they're considered bad emotions. But just become objective for a second and understand that emotions are emotions, and they're not good or bad. They are just indicators. If I'm happy, that means I'm, in alignment with what I want to be doing. I am maybe surrounded by people that bring joy and light to my life. If I'm feeling insecure, maybe I'm being triggered by something that I haven't worked on internally. If I'm feeling embarrassed, again, maybe I have some beliefs about myself that I've been pushing down for a while, that I haven't faced. So I think it's really important for us to not demonize whatever we're feeling about any type of situation. So this video is all about us running towards our uncomfortable emotions, not feeling like we have to not feel them in general, but just using them as indicators to point us in the direction of where the work needs to be done. So, for example, if you're somebody that sees someone who is incredibly fit and toned and you're like, damn, I want to look like that, I'm feeling jealous about them, or I'm feeling jealous about their gym routine, or whatever, or how toned they are, or whatever it is, or how healthy they are, instead of feeling negative emotions about it and demonizing that, ask yourself, okay, why am I feeling this? Is this something that I want for myself? And then going beyond that, ask yourself, is this something I'm willing to work towards? Because if it's not, then it's like, maybe you're going to have to reflect. And, I think sometimes we can be a bit hypocritical, or I don't know. How do I word this? We just like to feel a lot of things and feel like maybe somebody else shouldn't have what they have, or doesn't deserve what they have, or feel like we should have that for ourselves, but we're not even willing to put in the work for that. For me, again, I was feeling, I guess, a bit jealous that somebody had really great content and was going after their goals, but I'm, making a YouTube video once a week. I'm barely posting myself on my Instagram page. And it's like, girl, you're feeling this way, but are you even willing to put in the work to get to what this person is doing, to get to where you think you can get to? You know what I mean? So just use it as an indicator of reflecting on where you're at, maybe what you want, maybe what you need to work on. Perspective is so important. And once you get that idea that feeling any type of emotion is bad out of your head, you can start to grow and start to become the version of you that is content with yourself, that accepts every single part of yourself. I don't like to look at jealousy or anger or embarrassment as a bad thing anymore, because one, that doesn't do any good for my nervous system. I am somebody that can get anxious. And if you saw one of my most recent videos as well, where I was just discussing triggers and how I can just end up in fight or flight mode over the smallest things, I was feeling awful when I recorded that video. I had a tightness in my chest. I was very anxious for literally 3 days. I was just throwing a whole fit. But I am on the other side of it now, and I'm realizing where the work was that I needed to do in that scenario. And now I feel like I've released it. And, not to say that I've fixed all of my problems, or all of my insecurities or triggers, but I'm so much more self-aware about them that when they do come up, I'm not demonizing them immediately and feeling like I have to get rid of those emotions because I shouldn't be feeling them. I am more so just pausing, taking a breath, reflecting on what is happening in my body. That's also what Michael Singer talks about in the book as well. If you do start to feel these emotions, these intense emotions, anxiety, jealousy, fear, resentment, whatever it is, pause and just notice what's happening in your body. Is your chest getting tight? Are you getting a bit sweaty? Is your breath becoming short? That allows you to take yourself out of the feeling without allowing it to consume you, and objectively look at what's happening to you, so that you can reflect on why you're feeling that way and maybe release that emotion or release that limiting belief that you do have. I know that we are often given this dichotomy of good and bad with almost everything in life, and that also refers to emotions that we're feeling. But I understand, I like to subscribe to the belief that we are all, just trying our best on this earth and doing what we believe is best for us. And sometimes that does impact other people. Sometimes we are a bit selfish in that sense, and we're not thinking about others around us. But I do really believe that we are all trying our best here on this earth to be happy, to create a life for ourselves, to find love and, maybe build careers that we love or families that we love or just situations and circumstances that we're proud of. But in order to do that properly, I think the most effective way is to take yourself out of these emotions when you do feel them and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is this telling me about myself? Where is my work to be done, Yeah, I just there's so much we can learn about ourselves just from how our bodies react and how we react to scenarios. It's a gold mine. Like I just yeah, that's all. I hope you guys take some part of this, if any part of it resonated with you, and just know that it's okay if you feel triggered by certain things. It's okay if sometimes you aren't showing up as the best version of you or the idealized version of you, because we're trying our best, and our emotions, our body are indicators of what we have going on, what we need to work on, and what our triggers are. So next time you're feeling a terrible emotion, next time you're feeling uncomfortable, you feel that tightness in your chest, go there. Instead of pushing it away, I encourage you to go there, sit in it, ask yourself why you're feeling this way, and become a bit more reflective on the situation. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe if this is your vibe, if you are trying to become the best version of yourself, because that's all we talk about on this channel. Maybe leave a comment if any of this resonated with you. Let me know how you're feeling, and if there are any other video topics you'd like me to discuss. Anyways, have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. I am rooting for you. I believe in you, and we are doing this together. Bye.